Bernie Sanders briefed by U.S. officials that Russia is trying to help his presidential campaign. Russians don't even have to do anything, they just have to say they are doing something and all us Americans will gouge each other's eyes out about it. Putin is sowing dissent. He wants a divided, and castrated, America. Don't buy into it. Sean Hannity is creaming his jean shorts right now. Fox is about to finally embrace the concept of Russian meddling. I've been saying this for a while now, Russia isn't on Team Trump or Team Sanders or anyone specific. Russia is on Team Chaos. The whole point is to try and create more division in America. Now the Team Trump Americans have something to cry about in regards Russian interference. If Bernie wins, this is something they will certainly point to. Bernie seems to actually be handling it well, so good for him on that. This is not an admonishment of Bernie or his supporters, but it makes perfect sense why Bernie would be targeted by Russia. Christopher Wray, FBI director, on ongoing Russian online activity in 2020. They identify an issue that they know that the American people feel passionately about on both sides, and then they take both sides and spin them up so they pit us against each other, Wray said. And then they combine that with an effort to weaken our confidence in our elections and our democratic institutions, which has been a pernicious and asymmetric way of engaging in affect information warfare. Based on the known, proven favoritism in 2016 by the DNC, Bernie supporters are already predisposed to distrust elections and institutions. I don't necessarily blame them, but what it sets up are all of these scenarios. Bernie loses the majority, DNC influenced it, many voters stay home. Bernie loses the primary despite a plurality, DNC definitely influenced it. Many voters definitely stay home. Trump harps on Bernie losing unfairly in either of the first two scenarios to divide Dems. Bernie wins the primary, Trump, Bernie had Russian help. The election is illegitimate. Regardless of how justified the criticisms of elections or the DNC are, it's exactly the target Trump and Russia want to harp on. Wouldn't be surprised at all if 2016 repeats and a third party like Jill Stein comes around soon. Tulsi. So the solution is to listen to what each candidate is saying, and ignore all other information and opinions, see edit for clarification. Instead of parroting the opinions of random people online, we ought to make a decision based on information coming directly from the horse's mouths. Form genuine opinions based on organic information. When people say, "It's my opinion," most of the time it isn't. It was someone else's opinion that's wormed into their heads without consideration or awareness. I used to have a lot of strong opinions, until I realized they weren't my own. After forcing myself to look at the facts and to talk to people from the other side, I realized I didn't know for sure what to think on a number of issues. But that's a dream, isn't it? Because as far as I can tell, people are more comfortable having an opinion, regardless of where it's coming from, than admitting they're uninformed on a topic, or are informed but aren't sure. Sorry for the rant, but this is something that's bothered me for a long time. Edit. Okay, I could have worded this better. When I said, asterisk. What each candidate is saying. Asterisk, this does not mean taking everything a candidate says as the word of God. What meant was consider what is said and research how factual that information is. This includes their entire track record. And before deciding to hate a candidate, take the time to research that person. When I said asterisk, ignore all other information. Asterisk, what I meant was ignore Facebook memes, opinion segments in the news. Why is the news giving opinions anyways, and the internet rumor mill? Those are not sources of organic information. Organic information is either based on fact or it comes straight from the person it's concerning. Use both sources. But avoid Facebook garbage and be skeptical of political advertising, as neither come straight from the candidate in question or are irrefutably factual without further research.